Hello everybody, today's March 31st, 2012. I came across something I wanted to point out to all of you. I'm sure some of you would be interested in watching this. Maybe some of you already seen it. It's been on, looks like close to 2 months. It's been on YouTube. It's a documentary or an in-depth look at The Shining. It was done by this guy. His name's Rob AG88. On YouTube. I'll put a link to the channel down below. The films are in 4 parts. The third part is probably most having to do with gold and economic themes, but the whole thing's good. It's probably like 40 minutes long, but pointing out things that just I didn't know anything about what I know about money and gold and silver and fiat money and paper money and monopoly nothings and just everything that I know now. I had knew nothing about that when I saw the film last. I mean, it was probably 10 years ago I saw The Shining. I've seen it a bunch of times, but he points all these things out, like how in the photo in the end of the film, how they put Jack's head, superimposed it on a body, but the guy who's grabbing his arm behind him is President Wilson with his wife and daughter, I believe, and he signed the Federal Reserve Act. And there's just all of these different economic themes encoded into The Shining regarded to gold versus fiat monetary system. It's really interesting stuff. I mean, you got the gold room, you got him at the bar saying that your money's not welcome here. Remember this scene here? Because his note was like from the 50s, I guess the guy said, and it wasn't redeemable in gold. Where back in this time here, the paper money said redeemable in gold on it. Go turn it in and get a gold coin. And so just a whole bunch of interesting things in The Shining. So who would have thought? There's all these economic gold versus fiat money themes in The Shining. Reminds me of The Wizard of Oz. I'm sure most of you have come across that if you're into this type of information. Wizard of Oz, the Emerald City being green paper money, and Dorothy on the yellow brick road being gold and having silver slippers in the original book, not the ruby ones in the movie. And the lion representing the cowardly lion being William Jennings Bryan, and just a whole political movement at the time for monetary policy. And the scarecrow representing the farmers, and the Tin Man, the industrial workers. So just that whole thing with The Wizard of Oz, and the Frank Baum, who wrote that, said it was just a child's story. He would never admit to it being anything more than that, but it was pointed out, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago for the first time, what it was really about. It makes total sense. So anyhow, interesting here with The Shining. I didn't know about it. Maybe some of you do. Definitely have to check that out. Really interesting stuff. So